We would like somebody to come out here and explain to us what's happening so that we could get on with our lives and not have to put up with this anymore.
So now they have called on the Living with the Dead team to provide them with the answers they seek and to rid their home of the dark presence that Heather feels she is experiencing. First to arrive is medium Johnny Fiore. Coming from a long line of sensitives and mediums, she hopes to feel any spirit presences in the house herself. And she also hopes to discover the story behind the activity Heather says she's felt. Having a gift herself, Johnny is looking forward to meeting Heather and learning more about the paranormal experiences she's had.
I'm really excited because it's obvious that she's coming into her own. If you don't have anybody to talk to you about these things, they can seem somewhat frightening. And I can understand Heather believing it's a gift and a curse. Sometimes it is a curse. Sometimes you see things that you would rather not see. But I'm really excited to meet her to find out exactly what she's feeling.
For Johnny, the mystery of Heather's gift is as important to this story as the history of the house and what spirits may be lurking within it.
So you're just coming into your intuitive gifts?
My very first experience was when I was between 7 and 9. I used to see a long black mass stemming from the ceiling, just sort of like a long length, as if it was somebody's body hanging from the ceiling. And I didn't like it at all, and it used to frighten me. And my mum used to say I was imagining it. She's been gone 3.5 years now, but I would say it was about 6-7 years ago she told me that somebody had hung themselves from the light. You know, they used to have an electric cord hanging down and they'd actually hung themselves.
Yeah.
I don't have any control over it at all. I just see and hear what I see and hear.
Okay, we're going to help you with that. I'm going to show you how to close things down and how to control it a little bit more. Yeah.
Johnny feels the way to learn about both the house and Heather's abilities is to investigate the cottage. They're joined by psychic investigator Mark Webb. He's been collecting proof of paranormal goings-on for the last 9 years. With his armoury of equipment, including motion-sensitive cameras and temperature sensors, Mark hopes to provide more quantifiable evidence of any spirit activity. They start in the kitchen.
Heather, when I first arrived here, I felt something sinister outside of the kitchen window. Yeah. And I wanted to start in this room and just talk to the pendulum. And what I'd like to do is have you ask the pendulum if there's anything here. If it swings like that, it's yes. If it swings like that, it's no.
So I just ask if there's anybody here?
Yes.
Is there anybody here? Oh, God, no. Oh, goosebumps.
Are there more? Ooh, Lord. Crikey.
Ooh, goosebumps all over.
Mark, have you ever seen it do that before?
Usually when there's something evil or sinister around it goes that bad.
Okay. Now, you know what? I'm going to ask you, do you get cold spots behind you where you are? Because I'm feeling really cold right over here. Mark, right where your hand is.
Don't notice it. It's not.
Yeah, in that corner there.
We can measure the temperature now. I mean, we're getting 13.3 degrees.
Right.
So if we move across into this corner where you say,
you go right ahead.
I believe it's colder.
Yes.
It's actually warmer. 13.5 over here. Let's see, it's still going up.
Oh, you're messing with us.
Why would it be going up?
Yeah.
That's weird.
You do tend to find that though, when people say there's a cold spot, you go across and measure it, it's actually warmer.
Really? What's that all about?
There's no heat source there at all.
There's no heat source here, no, the radiator is, it's stone cold.
Yeah.
I think, just personally, that if it starts to warm up, what's happening in your home, you've got really positive spirits, and you've got some really sinister things, and I think that they've both attached themselves to you.
The group now move across to the side of the cottage that Heather will not spend time in alone.
Okay.
Immediately, Johnny begins to pick up on something that she believes is under the house.
There is something running underneath here. I don't know if it's a tunnel or whatever it was. I don't know what they were. Ooh.
I feel like cold on my
Me
cheek.
too.
It just feels, just my cheek just went really icy cold again.
Maybe like
as if
someone walking
something's-
past you.
Yes, like
It's interesting because I felt
moved.
it just after
Did you
said
feel it
yeah.
as well?
Come across.
Yeah.
They came across this way and sort of into this room.
Yes.
I want to find out if there's any ley lines around here, because you've got a tremendous amount of energy in this
I
property.
can feel it.
Well, that water actually runs. There's a underground, it's like a river or something.
Okay.
Underneath, and it goes underneath the road, and it meets up another place. I could show you where that.
And you didn't know this, Heather?
Well, I didn't know it was. I knew it was over the road there, but I didn't know it was.
No, it's under
the
your
house.
home,
I didn't know
because
it
there's
was
just so much energy here.
The River Dove flows very close to Thorpe Cottage, and some of the ancient irrigation is thought to run near to or directly under the property. So could the presence of water be drawing the spirits to the cottage?
Water seems to act, and there's good evidence for this, as a sort of psychic accumulator battery. And a young man, for example, is dreaming of a pretty girl at the side of a lake, and he's sad because perhaps they've broken up. A couple of days later, somebody comes along and sees what they consider to be a spirit rising from the water. But it's the memory of the young man that's been dreaming at the side of the lake. We have a number of cases of that sort. So water most certainly can act as a battery in that sense.
Johnny now leads the group further into the side of the cottage that Heather has felt the most activity.
I just saw a big black shadow all the way over there.
You're very, very sensitive, Heather. Very, very sensitive. And when you see something that you don't understand, it frightens you. And then what's ever here that's negative, it feeds on that fear.
Moving further into the cottage, they enter the room that Heather used to sleep in.
I gotta tell you, I'm getting a lot of mixed messages standing over in this corner. I'm getting anger, frustration. They don't know where to put all this energy. They don't know where to put all this pain. They don't know where to put all this hurt.
Is that why they were standing over me when I was in bed? You're just lying in bed and you can just feel somebody standing there right next to you, which I find quite threatening because you're sort of lying down.
Do you mind?
Oh, no.
Go on, girl.
No.
Go on.
I don't like it. This used to be my side of the bed. I don't like it.
Okay.
No, I don't like it.
Mm.
It's more salt. It just feels like there's somebody stood here.
We're going back a couple of generations, but there was the Abbott sisters that were apparently in this room. There was a knife, and one of the Abbott sisters had he was either a fiance or a boyfriend or something up here with them, but that's as much of the story as I know. So there's something.
And a knife.
There's a knife, two sisters, they're both long past, and some kind of thing that didn't go well.
I'm getting it. I don't like it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay. I don't like it. This room makes me feel very claustrophobic. This room makes me feel ill. I gotta get out of this room, I'm sorry. I gotta get out of this room. Excuse me, I gotta go. I can't stay in this room.